Last thing I gotta do here is just get the bot situated. No, we're set, man. You can still hear me okay?
Right here.
Yes, sir. All right, we should be fine then, bro. We're all set to go. Welcome to the Player Chatter podcast for anyone out there listening. I'm sure we don't have any people inside the chat yet on YouTube. Again, this is our first time doing this, so welcome to our inaugural live stream part three. The first two times didn't go that well. Today I have Mr. Xavier Butler. Welcome in, bro. How you doing?
Doing great today. Thanks for having me here.
Of course, man. Anytime. It was really nice to connect with you about what was it, 2 weeks ago that we, connected on LinkedIn. Maybe not that long.
Yeah,
2 weeks. Dang it, time flies.
yeah.
So how's your day going so far, bro? You said it was going good, but you did anything special? I think you told me earlier you were working on something.
Yeah. I finished another Python project, and I did put a pause on the Game Maker game, but I'm gonna be continuing on it soon.
Oh, okay. Well, what's Python? Is that a like a platform where you make your games on?
It's like a coding platform. You can pretty much make a lot of stuff, but it's not really a gaming maker.
Oh, okay, so
It's kind
pretty
of like
versatile.
website maker and stuff.
That's what's up. I've actually never heard of it, so maybe sometime during this little talk that we have, I'll ask you a bit about that when we get to it. But first question I got for you, man, to just get right into it. Since this segment is exploring video games and your journey through it, and I'll talk a little bit more about my experience as well. First, how long have you been playing video games?
I've been playing since for like 10 years. Started off on a Xbox 360 that my uncle gave me.
Okay, so would you say that he's your inspiration into it all?
Yeah, he kind of gave me PlayStations and stuff, games, got me into GTA and whatever.
You play GTA 5?
Used to,
You still no, not that much anymore.
not that much anymore.
That's fair. I got my little brother into it. He still plays it heavy. I don't know exactly how, but I guess they keep releasing content for it, so I guess it keeps him going. But that's the type of player he is. He's a really like solo player. I teach him how to play, and then he just ventures off on his own. And you said you started off on 360.
Yep.
You still on the Xbox side, or did you switch over to PlayStation and stay on PlayStation?
Switched over to PlayStation.
You got a PS4, PS5,
I got a PS4.
PS4. You ever feel like moving up to the new gen or to a PC, or will you find where you at?
I'm thinking of moving up to at least a PC.
PC?
Make more games on a computer because all I'm dealing with now is a laptop.
Okay. I feel that. I have this laptop too. I don't try to run any games on it though. What do you play on laptop?
I actually don't really actually play any games. My laptop actually can't handle it.
Okay, fair enough. Like I was saying, like I don't try to run any games either. Like I've ran Smite on here, but I think I tried Valorant once and my laptop started shitting the bed, so I had to cut that out real
Oh
quick.
yeah, tried playing Overwatch and it was like running at like 15 FPS.
Oh no, you were asking to lose. Overwatch is a good game though.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, moving up to PC, that's a lot of money, man. PC is tough, but PC is dope. I've thought about getting it in the past. Like I said, I just don't have the funds for it. If I'm getting a PC, well, I want to build it myself.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too.
I mean, not only is it a good feeling, like you know exactly. how like you know exactly the mechanics of your own devices. I mean, I guess it's just a fun experience to just learn how to build it, and you could take that skill anywhere. Just learning how to build a PC.
Yeah, good skill to learn.
That's what crazy. I don't know how I feel about you being on PlayStation though, man. I mean, I started off on PlayStation and then I moved to 360, got the Xbox One, and now I'm on the Series S. So I guess I'm an Xbox guy for life. What made you stay over on PlayStation versus the Xbox, or do you like not
Uh,
care about either or?
it's just like I just had to be. All I got was PlayStations. I couldn't really like switch over. I didn't have the money to, and my mom didn't have the money to, so I just kind of kept the PlayStation.
Okay, okay,
And every Christmas, I like lost the PlayStation, and then I just got another one.
okay, okay.
Sometimes I didn't even ask for it, and they just gave me a PlayStation.
All right. You got a lot of. Do you play online games? Do you play with friends? Or?
I play online, yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable then. Yeah, I wouldn't switch over either if I had like all my friends are on Xbox, so I wouldn't necessarily call myself switching to PlayStation to have nobody to play with at that point.
Yeah.
So, bro, I mean, you've been playing for about 10 years now, and I'm sure I already know the answer to this, but for those who don't know you, what's your favorite game?
My favorite game is Hollow Knight. Pretty cool game.
You mind telling us about it? Like as if we've never heard it before? Because actually, I haven't heard it before. I've never played it, so that actually be pretty cool for me to hear too.
It's a really fun. It's a 2D game, but it's like Dark Souls,
Okay, I know of Dark
and
Souls.
it's like yeah, it's like you don't know Dark Souls?
No, I've heard of Dark Souls. I haven't played that one either, but I've definitely seen someone else play it. I've had friends that's played it, so I know of Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls is like a really hard game, and it's kind of like that. And it's 2D. It's like fast paced, and you just play like a small dude fighting giant bosses of bugs.
Oh dang, that does sound pretty tough. Being small, fighting the large creatures, and it's 2D,
Yeah,
so it's not like you can move around in a 3D verse.
no.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know how you play that. That's your favorite game? How long you been playing that?
Uh, 47 hours.
Okay, you said 47?
I'm practically like at the end game though, but it gets really hard at the end game. Like enemies do like 4 hits of damage.
Okay, dang. Is it easy to die?
Uh, it's easy to die, but once you learn the enemy's like attack patterns, it becomes really easy to just dodge everything.
So it's not like a game you can just run through. You have to actually think about what you're doing.
Yeah, there's tons of secrets, hidden walls, different items you have to get. You have to backtrack a lot. You have to remember places. You can actually play the entire game without actually doing everything.
Okay, yeah.
You would never know.
Those are the best ones right there. The games where you can go through and then you can play it again and be like, oh, I didn't see this that time. And you can play it again and be like, oh, I didn't see this that time.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I guess next question for you regarding Hollow Knight, what's your favorite part of the game? And also what's your like least favorite part? What's the worst part about it?
The least favorite part is the sewers because it's just full of disgusting maggot enemies who multiply if you kill them.
Oh,
And the boss there is just annoying to deal with.
all right. So you mentioned
It,
sewers. Or like, what's the scenery like?
uh, it's like different environment. Like the sewers, it's like wet, dark, and whatever. But there's a place called Green Path, which is all bright and colorful. There's like a place called Howling Cliffs, where it's all dark and you can hear the wind howling. Uh,
Okay.
Places like Fungus Waste, where it's all full of mushrooms and everything. Bunch of different environments all underground.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get a picture of why this is your favorite game. It seems like there's a lot to it. There's a lot of different bosses, lots of different environments. You can't just rush through it, so it's not particularly quote unquote easy. It is single player, right?
Yeah, it's single player.
Okay, so it's something you can enjoy on your own because multiplayer is, in my experience, especially in today's gaming world, is it could be very stressful in multiplayer games because
Yeah.
everything's leaning towards battle royales and stuff like that. Do
Oh
you
yeah.
you play anything else outside of Hollow Knight, or is that pretty much all you touch nowadays?
I also play Overwatch from time to time, and play a game called Tunic. It's like Hollow Knight, but it's like 3D and very puzzling. It's like Zelda, old Zelda.
Okay, it seems like you got a pretty good taste in games. It's honestly an interesting taste. I don't meet too many people who play stuff like this. I just see other people, around me. Um, but to actually know someone that plays things like this is pretty neat. Outside of Game Crazy, he plays like Persona 5 and things like that. Me, I'm pretty much a 2K player that play battle royales and like Battlefront 2. I just got into and stuff like that. A lot of shooters, a lot of things where I can hop in the Xbox party and be like, "Hey, you guys trying to play?" But as far as single player games go, I've been trying to get into them, but I get bored. I get bored pretty easily. They'll be installed for like
Yeah,
2 days and
kind of like that. Even with Hollow Knight, it like you need to like get through like the first part of the game for it to really open up
okay.
and pull you in.
It'd be like that sometimes, man. Maybe one day. I might have to try that Hollow Knight game out though. I mean, it's 2D, so that'd definitely be a challenge for me. I haven't played a 2D game since like high school. High school for me was about what, about 7, 8 years ago. I'm 25, so I don't know if you do this at
Yeah.
school, but play on the computer with your friends. Well, I don't know if cool math games is still big in high school.
Yeah, they banned that. It's insane.
They banned cool math games.
They've been banning all games.
Oh no, that ain't
It's in,
right.
yeah, I mean, right. Even like recently, they just like banned phones.
What? Banned phones? I mean, people misuse phones, but like, what do you mean banned phones? Like, you can't.
Like you can't use it at school at all. But my school just kind of just forgot about it and stopped enforcing it. But like the first few weeks, it was insane. They were taking phones left and right.
They can only do so much, but phones are a very integral part of our society. So and you're at school for about 8 hours a day, so to take that a third of your day away, that's kind of insane. Like, what if your parent hit you up, on an emergency, and you can't use your phone?
Uh, they said it would be a special exception if you say that, but other than that, they will take your phone away.
But that's what I'm saying.
Even if you like,
How would you know if you can't check?
I don't know. Like even sometimes some people was like, oh, I was just texting my mom something. They'd be like, oh, sorry, you gotta give me your phone.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a little OD right there. Banning phones, like banning cool math games is one thing. That's like I can't imagine what my childhood would have been if they banned cool math games.
They just like every website you could possibly play a game on, they just ban it completely.
Yeah, that ain't right, man. I mean, I guess I get it. It's a school. They want you to learn, but you learn from cool math games sometimes. They were all educational games, but the vast majority of them were. They weren't the popular ones, but they were there. Like to me, I feel like they should try to integrate it into the curriculum or into the education instead of banning it. Like especially with kids like you're in high school, so you're good, but you're talking about like middle schoolers and below. You're only gonna make
Yeah, I
them want to
heard from my
rebel.
brother that it's even more strict. I remember like back in the past in elementary school, I could bring my Switch to lunch. Now you can't even bring out your phone in lunch.
You can't bring out your phone in lunch. Yeah, that's crazy. You're not even in class,
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you gotta put away your phone. Like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm eating.
right? Or talking to friends and stuff like. How you supposed to talk to your friend that's at a different lunch table and tell him like, hey, we got something going on over here? But you gotta yell, you gotta get up and waste the already limited time you have.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. Back when I was in high school, I mean, my school had a you know what like magnet programs are and stuff, right?
yeah.
So we had three magnets, and one of ours was a gaming curriculum. So for lunch, I would go up to the gaming like classroom, and we would like play on the computers there. Like that's what I'm just trying to picture like how that would have been back then for me. Like I just can't picture it. Like I feel bad, man. I could tell y'all going through it. It's already hard
It's
enough
just
that
been
they
getting
press you
stricter and
guys.
stricter.
Yeah, they already pressing you guys with all these standardized tests and stuff. So you would know better than me. Do they encourage gaming at all? Because I know like universities and stuff, they been building up more esports programs and stuff. They haven't done that for high schools yet.
They don't really put it out there, but there's an esports club.
In the
Not really a
school.
class.
Okay, but it's a like an after school type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that and I guess it makes sense. I just wish it was more
So they
important.
prioritize a Taylor Swift club over
Yeah,
esports, and I
yeah.
find it insane.
And here I thought thinking I don't seen it all. A Taylor Swift club, or you gotta be totally be on that one. There's no way.
No,
A Taylor Swift
there's a
club.
Taylor Swift club.
Oh man, yeah, I wouldn't be able to survive in high school because my brother, my younger brother, he's gonna be a freshman this year, and I've just been asking him like, "Are you excited? Like, you ready?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "Nope, it's gonna be the same. It's middle school." And I'm over here telling him like, "No, it's not, bro. You got a bigger campus. It's a different set of kids. Like, you went from the top of the food chain to the bottom. Like, it's a lot of different stuff." But now after hearing what you're telling me, I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't be excited either. Can't even use your phone. What the heck?" Now that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Um, okay, enough of the BS that's going on in high school. So we could talk about that forever. So when I met you on LinkedIn, remember I connected with you because I did see one of your projects that was going on, and I commended you for your work ethic. Because, and I'll say it again, at least from what I've seen, there's not a lot of kids your age with the level of ambition that you showed. That for me, again, I'll use myself as an example, which was really like another reason why I connected with you. Because when I was, what you're about, like sophomore, junior, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, around then, maybe even a little bit earlier, I had the same dream of being a game developer. It didn't matter which aspect of it was. Like if I had to learn how to draw, I was willing to do it. That didn't pan out that well. I am a crappy like drawing artist. If I had to, story write, whatever it was, I was willing to do it as long as it involved video games. But you, man, you're actually building your own game, right?
Yep. Striving
How's
for that.
how's that been going for you?
It's been going good. It's sad that not a lot of people do it though. Like some people just get discouraged early on. Even I did, but I kept driving through.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of like not even. I don't even actually. I'll change that up. It's not even just people your age because it's people my age too. A lot of people want to be influencers, man. Like they want to do stuff, but don't want to put in the work to actually get it done. If that makes sense. So to see you actually learning software, learning coding, and not like waiting for the opportunity to come to you, like you're kind of going out for it, is really dope. For me, I like I said, I'm gonna have to use myself as an example because it's just us two here. I kind of just waited for college to do things, and I can't lie, I kind of wasted my years of college too. But I kind of just waited and just thought things were gonna, pop up. Not to say I wasn't showing any ambition. I showed ambition in different areas, but just not towards that. I waited for a class to arrive. Like I waited to take a class on it instead of trying to learn it on my own. And there's such a vast amount of information out there. Like, you could just learn anything on YouTube pretty much. So, yeah, like I said, for you to be learning coding and stuff, you probably know more than I do. I'm not even gonna say probably. You do know more than I do on that stuff. So to ask you again about your game, which software did you say you were using?
I was using Python, but to make games, I was using Game Maker.
Making? Tell me a little bit about the software, if you don't mind.
Uh, Python is easy to use, and you can do a lot with it. And Game Maker is also easy to use and simple, but even like some of the most popular games was just made on that game engine.
Mhm. I know about Unreal. When I was in school, that's what they were trying to teach us. I couldn't really get into it, and to be fair, it was probably because of COVID. Like I took my junior and senior level college classes during the bulk of COVID, like when everything was getting shut down. So I had a lot of online classes, and I kind of just took all the energy out of me in that regard. So I didn't enjoy the classes as much as I was hoping, and I didn't care to retain the knowledge because who wants to wake up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning and be in class all the way till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, sitting on a laptop in the comfort of your home? Like it just wasn't good. If to do that for 4 or 5 classes, it just was not there.
Yeah, that was me during the pandemic too.
Yeah,
Except because my grades were slipping, I got forced into going to school with a mask and stuff.
I feel
But it
that.
helped.
How so?
Uh, it made me have like pay more attention in class and not just sit around in a room on my bed looking at a teacher just talk until they stop.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly how it was for me. It wasn't like I was actually trying to explore the information that was being given to me. Like, for example, say like when I was using Autodesk Maya or trying to learn some aspects of Unreal, I was doing the assignments, but I wasn't really learning the software. I was just doing it for a grade, just to be able to turn my laptop off and call it a day.
Yeah,
And again, that
that's
just
an
ties
important
back
thing
into
to
your
learn.
position.
You have to be engaged. You can't just start doing work just because you have to.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So it seems like your uncle started it. You kept up playing. You found a passion for it, and I guess you could say, like you said, COVID kind of boosted that a bit. So I
Yeah.
guess my next question for you would be, what's your end goal with all this? What are you striving for, and how do you plan to get there?
I'm planning to just starting off getting an internship with a well-known game company. Probably something like Activision, Valve, or Blizzard, or Insomniac. Some good choices there.
Are you able to apply for internships at the level you're at, or do you have to wait a couple years?
Uh, Probably gotta wait like a year or two.
So in the meantime, you're just gonna keep building your game on game engine, right? I'm sorry if I'm asking that same question over and over.
Yeah, I'll keep training, making games on Game Maker and probably some other game engines if so.
Do you have any finished products, or are they all still in the works?
They're in the works, but I'll be finished soon.
Oh, you said there, so you got multiple, so it's not just one. Well, what kind of games are you
I'm gonna be
interested in?
doing multiple. I got one, but I'll probably do like five.
Okay. Well, how's the one that you got going? Is it would you say it's still in like the beginning stage? So you think it's near being
It's in
completed?
the middle.
Middle?
It's in the middle.
Would I be able to play it when it's done?
Yes, but it's just it's just me making another game that's already been made.
Okay.
You know, Space Rocks, right?
No, I actually haven't heard of Space Rocks.
Oh, it's the game where you play as a triangle shooting rocks and they break off into pieces and you gain points.
Oh, is it like dang, I am such at a loss for names right now. I can't remember the names of anything. It's I shoot. For all the older arcade players out there, if I mess up on the name of this, please don't crucify me for this. Is it like Galaga? I think that's the name of it. Where you're shooting all those
Uh,
spaceships and stuff, and they're shooting at you.
it's kind of like that, except you are like in the middle and you can move around a box and rocks just start coming at you from the sides.
Okay, that makes sense. And you just have to break up all the rocks, and if you get hit by too many, you're done.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope though. That's definitely a great way to start. Little, do they call those indie games? Is that the right genre?
Uh, it's technically not an indie game. It's more like a retro game
Okay,
because it's from the past.
okay. I guess I need to
Indie
touch
games
up on my
are games made not by AAA companies like Activision or whatever.
I know I've said this a couple of times throughout this little talk we've had so far, but you are very knowledgeable, man, about what you're doing. As you can see, I'm scrambling to find words and stuff, and you just like, nope, it's this, it's this, it's this. It's really good. When you go into your interview,
Yeah,
make sure you showcase that.
I try to know as much as possible before talking about a subject. You don't want to be saying something wrong.
You're not lying. That's why I'm over here trying to, make disclaimers for lack of better words and et cetera, et cetera. Hey man, this is actually going pretty smoothly. I actually don't have too many more questions for you. Maybe we could just, freely discuss. But I did want to ask you about your personal project a little more, without, of course, giving too much information. Now, I'm sure you'd rather us wait to play it to see how it is. But I mean, you kind of already said how it is. You're making a type of game. Do you have a timetable when you think it will be done, or how long you been working on it?
Uh, Probably a week from now.
Oh, a week from now. That's pretty close.
Well, it's a really simple game. Not that much. Just gotta work out some tweaks and whatever.
How long you been working on it?
Uh, for like 2 weeks now. But I did have to take a break because I was working on some other projects.
Okay. I guess it's the perfect time for you since it's summertime now. You get all the time in the world to do it, unless you got other stuff going on in the back.
Uh, Not really much going on. I could probably finish it, but I am have to go to my dad's house and stuff. So it
Okay.
just some stuff takes up some space.
You're not able to work on it over there?
I could take my computer over there, but I'm not sure if the Wi-Fi will be working good, but it might be.
Mm-hmm. That'd be that hurt, man. The Wi-Fi. Don't worry, bro. One day you'll have your own Wi-Fi. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, Wi-Fi has been terrible for me lately.
It's all good, bro. It won't
Even
be
at
like
my
that
own
forever.
house.
It won't be like that forever, man. I promise that. We're
Yeah.
only a couple more years out from that. So, you said you want to be a game developer and trying to get an internship with a big time company like Activision and stuff. I'm not going to disclose your location. That's not the type of thing I do. But we're kind of in the same area. So I know you're up in a spot where you kind of do have a lot of avenue for that. Are you planning on going to, school for this?
Yeah. I'm thinking of going to at least a college around here somewhere that can improve my skills a lot more, get me a degree in the field I want to go in.
You ever thought about becoming a streamer in the meantime?
Yeah. I was thinking of streaming my code or whatever, or possibly like making games while streaming it, and or playing games while streaming it.
Yeah,
Streaming.
it'd actually be a good idea to, let's say, for example, your game comes out in a week, 2 weeks, and like for me, like when I was a streamer, I streamed Apex, I streamed Warzone, Minecraft here and there. It's crazy. I play 2K the most, but I hate streaming 2K. I don't know. I can't stream 2K. it's already stressful enough. And to do that for viewers as well, it's not it. But to stream your own games, that's advertising right there.
Yeah.
Because
Just
you're
be like,
not.
oh, I'm making my game. When it comes out, you can play it.
That's a double positive. It's building your portfolio even more. Because like I said, you don't have to be a big time streamer. Like I think I was telling you in the Discord, like even with this and certain other things, you can when you're going for internships and stuff like that. And I'm not a master at any of this. I'm not big time professional, but like the advice I can give you as one slightly older gamer to the next, for lack of better words, bro, you gotta fake it till you make it. And I'm not saying you have to lie on your resume, but I'm not necessarily saying stretch the truth either. But don't sell yourself short. You know, you
All
don't have
right.
to be a big time streamer to put on your resume that you're a streamer because you're working for yourself. Just because you don't make any money for it, at least not at first, because I'm not saying you can't make money for it from it. Just because you aren't making money from it at first doesn't mean you're not a streamer. You know what I'm saying? So
Cool. Yeah.
as soon as you start, go ahead and put it on your resume, even if it's just one day. Put it on your resume, bro. Who's gonna know the difference? When you're sending your resume into places, and again, lack for better words, because this is gonna come off wrong, but you're selling yourself to that their person. You're selling your yeah. I actually don't want to repeat that because that just came off wrong. I can't find the words for that, but you're presenting yourself to that person, and they're gonna see whatever you give them. Like for me, like on mine, I put social media manager because I run this podcast for the most part. I have it on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If I post a TikTok, I'm the only person doing it, so technically I am the social media manager because I'm making all the posts. Does that necessarily mean I know how
Yeah.
to?
Like technically, you're not lying.
Yeah, like do I know how to? Do I know how to run other people's social media? Not necessarily. Can I learn how to do it? Yes, but like you said, I'm not really lying. So I'm gonna put it on my resume, and other people see it differently. They're like, "Oh, this guy can do that." Yeah, I'm trying to get opportunities, man. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
Definitely, you gotta beef yourself up, man. You gotta know your worth. And right now, at least from what I can tell, man, you are worth a lot. You are worth a lot. If I was a person giving out internships, man, you would have it. You would have it.
I mean, I already got an offer, but I'm just not old enough.
Oh, where at?
Uh, from my aunt's friend. She had a ability to get me an internship for someone.
And did they tell you were old enough, or did you say that you were old enough?
I said I wasn't old enough.
Okay, you were just being honest. Like they had an age restriction, or you just was like, "Oh, I'm not old enough. I want some time."
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
was
okay.
like,
I'd say again in future reference, like, don't sell yourself short. Like what you, at least what I feel like you should have done. I'm not going to tell you what to do. What I feel like you could have done at least is you should have been like, "Hey, I might not I might not meet your age requirement here, but obviously my skill speaks for itself. And by the time I hit that age, there's no telling how much I would have grown. So why not take me now?" Type of thing. Instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I'll wait." You get what I'm going with that?
yeah, I get what you're on.
Again, I'm not here to lecture you though, but this is me supposed to be I'm supposed to be interviewing you, bro. So I actually do have one more question for you. Um, like I said, this is going pretty smoothly. I actually enjoyed talking with you, man. You're a very insightful guy. But last question for you, bro, is do you have any tips that you can give to the people your age who may also be trying to get into gaming or the gaming industry in the future to help them get to where you are? Because like I said, you're an exception, man. There's not a lot of kids as ambitious, or they might be as ambitious but aren't. putting in the tangible work for it. So, is there any tips you can give them to get started?
Uh, Basically, don't give up. Even if you feel down or you feel like you can't do it at all, you will be able to, no matter how difficult it is. You just got to keep striving for it.
Hmm. Okay. Is that the only one, or you got any more, or is that the most important
Uh,
one? 'Cause it's okay if you got one. 'Cause that was a really good one. I mean, not giving up. It's real
yeah,
easy
I
to give
only
up
got
nowadays.
one. Kind of what I've been saying to myself every time I felt like I wasn't able to do something or something.
Pepsi, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, giving up is a very easy thing to do. Having the discipline to stay repetitious and stay consistent with something is hard. And that's why I was again trying to tell you earlier in our chat before we started recording this is you were telling me I'm a pro and I'm like, hey man, like I'm not the best, bro. I probably might do this type of recording like once every month. That's because that's how I get myself up. I'm trying to do it more. Obviously, I'm trying to be more consistent on socials and stuff, but that's also a struggle that I go through. So it's not, just a you thing or a they thing. It's all of us, man. So that's a really good tip to not give up and keep working on your craft. But that's the thing, they have to work on their craft. It's not enough to just dream. You got to make that dream become a reality.
Yeah,
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I did ask you like where you wanted to take your career with this, but if you were in the perfect situation, you got your dream job, you got everything you wanted out of this, what would that look like? Like perfect company, dream position, what would that look like for you?
I would generally try to keep my company happy and like not be like won't be too hard on them, won't be too strict, you know. Try to keep it like a little low key or something, and try to have a nice little house, not really big, even though I have like a big company, probably just like a 20, like probably like a 1 story house.
That's pretty interesting, man. You're a pretty humble guy. Most people would be like, yeah, I want the big mansion, I want this and that. You're like, hey man, as long as I got the job I want and I'm living comfortably, I'm good. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
I mean,
that.
I don't really want a lot. Like, if I have a big old mansion, it's gonna take a long time to get to the other room, and I don't really want to deal with that, you know?
Right? You gotta worry about cleaning the room that you don't even use.
Yeah,
I mean, at that point, if you got enough money to get a mansion, you got enough money to hire help. But then again, that's more money used that you don't need to be spending. Trust me, I'm with you on that one. Keep it simple, keep it low key. You don't need nothing flashy. That's how you
yeah.
save money. And that's how you build generational wealth after a while.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess, do you have any questions for me, bro?
Uh, what made you start off making this podcast?
All right, I'll tell you. What started me making this podcast, and it all started with gaming actually. So, like I said, I'm a big 2K streamer, and I don't mind repeating this because I'm sure not everyone looked at like the first episode or the little clip I did on TikTok. So, for any new listeners out there, this is also for you. I started this podcast because there will be times where I was on 2K with my brother Ant, and we would be online, not playing the game. We'd just be at the party, just talking till like 7 in the morning, just about basketball. I love basketball. This is where it all started from. This originally started as a sports podcast, but I'm trying to expand that to anything. If you're a player of anything, you a sports player, you a video game player, if gamble on the sports, whatever you do, man. If you're a player, you're welcome. Um, But yeah, so he would tell me, "Hey man, we should do a podcast because we're spending from like 12 to 7, 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. just talking." He was like, "That's so much content we could have recorded, and none of it's getting recorded because we're just not doing anything about it." And Later on, like I mentioned, I was a Twitch streamer for a year, and I got to a point where I had got a sponsorship, and I'm forever grateful for that sponsorship. Not dissing them in any way, but I got to a point where I was in that sponsorship in the group chat, and I was surrounded by a lot of other streamers who were more prominent in in the field, and I got to see firsthand what it took to not only get there but to maintain that status. And I just figured that it wasn't for me. I don't. It's not that I don't care to entertain people. Is I didn't care to entertain people in that way. I didn't care to be on screen and like when I played video games, I just wanted to relax. But like I said, the nature of video games, at least online video games now with the whole battle royale thing, you gotta always be good. Sometimes I just hopped on, I just wanted to relax, just wanted to play, just shoot them up sometimes. I didn't want to have to win every time, and that's what a lot of viewers look for. Not all of them, and I'm not saying my viewers did that either. They were really nice, but in order to grow, I was gonna have to focus on the game aspect, and I just wanted people to really just vibe with me. So I figured, okay, maybe I'll take people up on that podcast idea. And it wasn't just me and Ant either. I worked at Starbucks for a bit, and in the drive-through, people will pull up and be like, "You have a voice for radio." And it probably took about 20 people to tell me that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe somebody, like, at least one of these people have to be right. If 20 people is telling me, I might as well just agree with them. Why am I denying it? You know? So with all that being said, over the course of being encouraged to do this for a year or two, I finally sat myself down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I don't really know where to start, but I'll figure it out. And that's how the Player Charter podcast came to be. And I really enjoy it. Again, I'm not the most consistent, so I have my dog days too, but it's a work in progress, and I enjoy doing it. And I hope this can not only just take me somewhere, but people that I bring onto it, I hope it's also gonna open up doors and opportunities for them too. That's the ultimate goal with it all. But yeah, that's how the podcast came to be. Came from
That's cool.
a love for basketball and talking basketball. That's where the podcast came from.
Hmm. Seems like both of us got our uh ambition from other people. I had multiple people just tell me, "Oh, I'm smart," or "I can problem solve a lot," or I can work with computers, technology really well. And it's just like, oh, I guess I can. So I just wanted to become a game designer because people just kept telling me I'll be good at it.
I feel that, man. Like they say, bro, it takes a village. I was in a similar light. Like I said, when I was in high school, I kind of wanted to be a game designer too. I had a whole plan on my notebook. I even tried to draw out like a blueprint to the office I was going to build up and stuff. That kind of switched over. I kind of wanted to do more broadcasting now because I fell in love with basketball. But I was in the same thing. People just encouraging me and telling me, "Hey, you're this and that." And then, like I said, at some point, you just gotta listen to them. If 100 people are telling you you're good at this, why are you telling yourself you're not? you know. Um, you've been playing video games from a young age. Same here, bro. I pulled my first all nighter when I was like 3, 4 years old. I'll never forget.
Hmm.
I don't remember what the name of the game was. It was like on PlayStation 1. It was like this dirt bike game. Didn't know how to play. I lost every race, but I would just go around just exploring the map. I just stayed up all night doing it.
You just broke the rules of the game. It was just, I want to explode.
Yeah, I just kept running into trees and stuff, losing the race, but basically we were using the game to like bail out. We weren't really using it for the racing aspect. We were just on the bikes bailing out. And it was pretty fun, not gonna lie. It's like if you ever played Skate, like Skate 2, Skate 3.
Yeah, I played that.
Back in the day
It's a
when the game
glitchy
was
game, but it's so fun.
say it again.
It's a glitchy game, but it's so fun to play.
Right? Like at first, like when the game was super popular, when that was like the best game out, you might have done like challenges and try to break records and stuff. But now, if you ever go back and hop on it, You're not really doing all that. You just trying to get tricks, trying to see how much air you can get and bail out. Like you just having fun with it. That's exactly what we were doing. We were running in the trees, seeing how fast we could go. That was about it. But granted, I was like 3, 4 years old, so it's not like I can comprehend much, anyways. But yeah, that's all it was, man. But I'm glad you have a passion for this, bro, and I encourage you to keep it up. If that's one more person to add to your village, I'm there with you.
Encourage you to keep up with your podcast.
Of course, I mean, shoot,
You can be a big shot.
one day, one day, man. The same for you. You got a lot more. I'll say like potential because I've already been through college and stuff, so I feel like I'm playing a little bit of catch up. You're still beginning. I had my beginning, and I got to keep it a buck. I got to be honest. I wasted some of it, but it's okay. I'm not distraught or anything. I just hope that this conversation that we had, the topics we talked about, can spread to someone else and encourage them to get up off their behind and make it happen. Because that's the only way it's gonna happen is if you make it happen.
Yeah,
Don't
I
be
hope
like
for
me
that
and
too.
wait around. Don't wait around for opportunities to come out to you. You gotta go to them. And just like I told you, you gotta sell yourself. You gotta know your value and be able to advertise that. You gotta market that's what I'm looking for. You have to know how to market yourself, not sell yourself. You gotta market yourself. If you can learn to do that, which I'm pretty sure you already have, because like I said, I met you on LinkedIn. You're the first person I met on LinkedIn and actually like interacted with. Like I've connected with people on LinkedIn, maybe like sent like 2 messages with them, but you're the first person I've actually interacted with. And I don't know if you've seen my LinkedIn. I actually post now. Man, I've been on LinkedIn for like
Yeah,
the last like 6 years, man. I don't have any. I didn't have any posts. That was all you. You encouraged me to get out there. I'm like, if this guy could do it, why can't I?
I'm glad to inspire you, man.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully somewhere down the line I'm able to do the same for you. But I don't actually have any more questions for you, dog. That was really smooth. I don't know if you realized you were telling me before that you were a little nervous. We're like 10 minutes shy of the hour mark. I don't know if that flew for you or not, but I told you, bro, it was not going to be hard.
Uh, Definitely flew by for me.
I'm telling you,
I
bro,
was
it's
like
that
20
easy.
minutes.
Exactly, it's that easy, bro. It's that easy. And if it was something like this was more like an interview format, I had questions for you and stuff. Like, say if I also play Hollow Knight and we were just talking about that, and like that was both of our favorite game, we could talk all day about that. Easy,
Okay.
easy, bro. But I am gonna let you get to it. We can talk some more after this. Maybe it'll be a little bonus content for people who want to keep listening. But as far as the live stream goes, I'm gonna cut that here because I'm out of questions, man. If you have any more questions for me, I'm open to answer them.
Cool.
Cool.